So, if you are a part of my TikTok, you know that I am a humongous person about arm wrestling. I love arm wrestling, and on our line, just love it. But I'm going to be going over in this YouTube video on what I mean by pronator, cup in, and then why you need strong wrist strength. So, if you're sitting at a table, and if you've looked at my TikTok, you know I've arm wrestled my brother. He's 6'2". I'm 6 foot. He's 16. I'm 14. Okay, but if you look at him, he is a much bigger person, and he is much stronger than I am at some things. Actually, at most things. Only thing that I am stronger at him at is arm wrestling, literally. But the only reason I'm able to beat him is because I have a stronger wrist than him. So whenever you have a strong wrist in arm wrestling, you can just sit there and hold someone. Like if my brother was standing here, he has a very big body. He's very broad-shouldered. And if I just sit here and hold him, because if I sink into sort of a king's move, let my bicep and my forearm and my hand take over, I can just sit there and hold him while he's trying to drain himself out, trying to press me. But whenever he drains out his arm and he gasses himself, I can just really easily switch over to a press and press him. Which my strength is sitting here in sort of a king's move in this lock with your bicep and my wrist and just sitting there and holding people. So, this is sort of how you can work out your wrist, and also I'll show you a good pronator workout. And yeah, these are two of my favorite workouts for your wrist and your pronator. It's two workouts for two different things. It's one workout for each thing, is what I mean. So yeah. This weight that I have is not that much. It's only 20 pounds, but still yet, it's a lot of weight just for your wrist. And a lot of people in arm wrestling think it's just this. Arm wrestling is actually this. It's using your whole body. It's using your arm a lot, but also using your whole body weight, So, what you do is you take like a bag or something like that, set it off the end of a table, you sit here, you cup your hand like this right here, and then at your knuckles, right there at the first part of your knuckles, you sit there. That's all you do. It's going to get you a really strong wrist. Then also, another thing to do is take a weight, tie it to a string, and then curl it. And at the top, pull it up. So that's another good thing to do. That's one of my favorite things to do. And your pronator. The reason you need a good pronator is if there's someone stronger than you, and you can sit there and hold them. And you can sit there and hold them. Like they have a stronger press than you, so you can't press them. And they can hold you, and you can hold them, You can sit there and start with a hold. But if you have a good pronator, which pronating in arm wrestling is pulling your hand like this right here, you can pull out, you can pronate and go through their fingers. You can press straight through the fingers. So whenever you do that, you can go to a strap, and then you don't have to use your forearm. You can just let your hand go forward. You can just sit there in that locked position. You don't even have to let your wrist go. You can just sit there in that locked position, sort of a king's move, let them burn themselves out, and then at the end of that, you can go for a press. That's one of my favorite things to do with my brother. But I have a very strong wrist and hand and lock right here. And I'll show you a little bit how to do a lock, how to get your lock really strong. It's actually just sitting on a preacher bench and just going over like that right there with a hammer curl dumbbell. But that's why you need a good pronator in arm wrestling. I'm only 14. I'm 6 foot tall. So for me to be able to beat my brother like I do is sort of absurd, I guess you could say. But it's actually really amazing. For a 14-year-old of my weight to beat it, which I'm 180, I'm 6 foot tall. My brother is, I think he's 220 and 6'2". He's 16, I'm 14. So what you can do for a pronator is you can just sit there in lock position. Start your hand off facing towards you. And at the end, your hand should be straight down. This year will also be working on your wrist. Keep that weight up. You can also be working on your wrist like this right here. That is a really good pronator workout. So, those are two of my favorite workouts for your wrist and your pronator. Probably next video I'll be going over some like grip workouts and do a press workout and stuff like that. So, yeah, thanks a lot, and see you next time.